Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. As we all know, the big second week patch is coming in tonight. I'm super excited. We are getting a new summon. It's a double Ifrit with Bahamut, along with the new weapon level uncap. Not sure exactly how I feel about it, although I do like the idea of having something more to do in the game. So today I'm going to be going into the notices. They did drop a new official YouTube video showcasing week 2. It's going to show us the new mats that we're going to need in order to bump these weapons up from level 90 to 120. So I'm going to be watching that with you guys today. And then I'm going to be taking a look at the Datamine for some potential spoilers. So if that's not something you want to see, I will give you guys a warning later on before the end of the video. But I am going to be going over some new stuff suggesting to the next double summon that may be coming after this one. Alright guys, that being said, I'm going to click over to this right here and let's watch this together. Alright, let's see what we got here. Right. There it is. Week 2. Does look pretty sick though, the animation with Ifrit and Bahamut. Here it is. We all knew this was coming. Alright, so this, it looks like, are going to be the new weapon materials needed to boost us from level 90 to 120. It looks like we have items such as Mithril Ingot, which is this one, Microcube Model 2, and it looks like Genome Pods Model 2 as well. So I'm guessing this is what you're going to need in order to get them from 110 to 120. And then maybe from 90 to 100, you're going to need these pink ones. And then maybe from 100 to 110, you'll need these gold ones. And then, like I said, these mithril ingots are going to be basically the new mithril ores in the game. That would be my guess. All right, so let's finish this video. Alright, 3,000 more blue crystals. I'm down for that. It does look like the great success rate of weapon enhancement and weapon enhancement quest rewards will be increased by 50%. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to see that that's coming, especially with new weapon grinding that we're going to all have to be doing. Alright guys, so it looks like that is going to be the video showcasing week 2. We've already talked about the double summon and how I feel. I think that the majority of people, from what I'm understanding, would have rather had new elemental summons. From what I have gathered, this new summon is going to be a fire attack. So that'll be interesting to see. I guess Bahamut is just going to be kind of empowering Ifrit. But, I mean, I think I would love to see Leviathan. For anyone who saw the original, Ever Crisis beta release, there was Leviathan shown, so we know he's in the game. I would also love to see Titan. I mean, there's a bunch of summons that I think would do really well in the game. So hopefully we'll get to see some more of those elemental summons soon. As for the weapon cap break, you guys roughly know how I feel about this. I'm getting mixed reviews from players. Some people are not super stoked about it, others more amped. I think that, you know, for me, I feel like the weapon farming has never really been a problem, but I'm also not trying to level 90 all my weapons. Like, essentially the way I go about it is if I get to a content where I need to level 90 a weapon, I only ever level 90 my main hand, and essentially it's not even necessary really. Like, I think the OB levels are a lot more pertinent for value than the actual level of the weapons, although we'll have to see how it kind of turns out with this new patch tonight. also, another thing is that I've heard that people are a little upset that it's jumping 30 levels, and while I can agree, it depends on how they're going about it, you know. So like if these 30 levels last the next 6 months, then you know that may make more sense as opposed to them doing level 100 and then 2 months later level 110 and then 2 months later level 120, which also would give us the feeling that it's going too fast in just a different way, right? So, you know, it depends on how long it'll take. I'm guessing that they won't introduce another weapon uncap until the 1 year anniversary, giving us plenty of time to farm these new weapons. Like I said, I'm not going to really like start going gung-ho on getting all my weapons up to level 120. I'm just going to take it. I take this game, you know, in the series of steps just purely based on what I need to beat the content. So I have, you know, 5 weapon vouchers right now, and I won't use a weapon voucher until I'm actually at a point where I'm losing to something and strategy is not enough anymore. Then I bring something in. Then I'll go back and bump a weapon to level 90. But to be honest, even in the offhand, a weapon at level 80 is basically always good enough. So I'm guessing that having all your weapons at 120 is not going to be like a necessary criteria for content, but then we'll have to see. I think it's very clear that there is a big power creep coming into the game, but then again, you know, the game had a very slow power creep up until this point in time. The game has kind of taken a turn, you know, it was super free to play friendly, very little limited banners. Now we're having back-to-back limited banners. So I think everyone's just kind of stirred a little bit in a way where we're kind of wondering what's going on. And I think that's something Applebot could do to kind of, you know, alleviate the tension in players, is have someone, you know, that is chosen to communicate with the players directly from Applebot. Like, I don't know about you guys, I played War of the Visions for a while, and there was a community manager named Justin, and he essentially handled discussion between Gumi and the players. And I think that, you know, something like that between Applebot and the players of this game would be really helpful, along with a roadmap for how they're planning on doing stuff. A lot of the times we're just in the dark over here. So yeah, that would be my suggestion to Applebot. I'm curious, what do you guys think? How would you go about it? I tend to be very optimistic when it comes to these things, and I try not to attack anything before I know exactly what it is. That being said, I'm more than happy to, you know, turn to flame if something is truly wrong. I mean, if you guys have seen any of my prior War of the Visions videos, I did not hold back when I thought that Gumi was out of line. Anyways, I'm going to move on from this one. Therefore, I'm going to be heading to the Datamine. If that's not something you want to see, I'm giving you guys a warning right now. But I'm going to be jumping over there, and we're going to talk about some potential things to come. Alright, so it looks here that the next double summon will be Shiva and Ramu with an Ice skill and a separate Thunder skill. Ifrit and Bahamut will only have one Fire skill. So it looks like the next double summon will have Ice and Thunder as separate abilities. That's pretty interesting. I mean, a new summon is a new summon, right? The fact that it's a double summon, I mean, the fact that it was Ifrit and Bahamut and they already have those models done just seems like they're being a little lazy. Maybe they're not. Maybe we'll get a really cool new animation. Who knows, right? But we already have a fire summon, so it would have been nice to get something like wind, right? Or honestly, any element we don't have, earth. So yeah, that's how I feel, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys feel the same way. All right. Moving on, and by the way, thank you very much to Where is Cait Sith Data for providing these data mines. We are all indebted to you, my friend. All right, so it looks like guest characters can be immortal. This is APK stuff. The next story chapter is probably going to feature a guest character. Okay. Skills can ignore, silence / blind, maybe stun as well. Force gauges can be triggered and provide additional loot, magic pot enemy. So there may be a magic pot enemy coming, and if you somehow trigger the force gauges in certain fights, it might provide additional loot. That's interesting. It looks like individual, permanent, solo battles can be restricted by daily, weekly, monthly, etc., like how our events already have 1 per day battles, so we might be getting new premium battles. It looks like the balloon is for the Steam missions. I guess this is going to be some UI element on the home screen. So it looks like there is some type of implement coming for Steam players on the home screen. It looks like element damage buffs and debuffs are probably coming soon since they are counted for in the final battle score now. Still no idea what an item box is, just that it fits, just that it's some kind of reward system with choices or RNG. I'm not really sure what the item box is either, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. It looks like some internal changes coming are boss skill cutscenes, so they're going to be adding some cutscenes for boss skills. That's always nice. The multi-party dungeons I mentioned before may actually be some sort of swap system. Still not really sure. So I'm not really sure what Cait Sith means by multi-party dungeons. Does that mean co-op, or being able to create multiple parties there, whereas maybe one party dies and you bring in a second party? I'm not really sure. Either way, this is a heads up on what the next double summon will be. Will we get it during the 7-week anniversary? Who knows? I'm not really sure. But it looks like that is going to conclude our information for the day. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It's very helpful for me, and I would appreciate it. And if you're keen for future content, news updates, game guides, everything Ever Crisis, don't forget to sub to the channel. Thank you guys so much. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and peace.